Hey fasters, time for another video. Although diagnosing diabetes or insulin resistance is very important, it does not guarantee that you will develop type 2 diabetes. Having a low-carbohydrate diet and lifestyle changes can help you manage these conditions. Things like weight loss and improved nutrition can help control blood glucose levels. Insulin is produced by the pancreas. It is used to control blood sugar levels. When resistance occurs, the body's cells begin to resist the insulin signals. The insulin in these tissues is required to maintain their proper nourishment. They can only draw glucose from the bloodstream once they are nourished. When blood sugar levels are too high, the body can no longer utilize its tissues and muscles. If they are too low, the organs can no longer work properly. In today's video, we'll do a deep dive into what insulin resistance is and how to reverse its effects. Before we get started, welcome to All About Fasting. My name is Christian and I've been practicing intermittent fasting for 4 years now. In this channel, I'll talk about intermittent fasting and natural weight loss content so you can live the best life possible. If that sounds exciting to you, tap the subscribe button so you won't miss my weekly videos. I'd love to have you part of our community. So first things first, what is insulin resistance? Beta cells are the cells that make up the insulin that is secreted by the pancreas. The insulin produced by the body is released into the bloodstream and travels throughout the organs. It is an essential hormone that plays a variety of roles in the body. Insulin also helps the body's other cells grow. Insulin resistance is a condition that occurs when the body's cells become less sensitive to the effects of insulin. The body's naturally produced insulin resistance prevents the pancreas from producing enough insulin to properly affect the body's needs. When the pancreas is not producing enough insulin, the body can't use it properly. This causes high blood sugar levels. Is insulin resistance another name for prediabetes? Prediabetes is a condition where the body's insulin resistance is not yet normal. This condition can trigger the development of type 2 diabetes or T2D. Although the development of T2D usually takes place over time, it can start to affect individuals' blood glucose levels for many years. High insulin levels are known to increase the risk of various chronic diseases such as diabetes and high blood pressure. These conditions are known as metabolic syndrome. When used correctly, insulin can cause the body to remove and use glucose from the blood, binding to insulin receptors on the surface of cells. This is what happens when insulin hits the cells. Then they hear the knock and release insulin. When the muscles are resistant to insulin, the pancreas needs to make more insulin to keep the blood sugar levels up. This causes a louder knock. The pancreas can still provide enough insulin to overcome the resistance of cells to maintain normal blood glucose levels. Since the pancreas can no longer provide enough insulin, blood glucose rises. It happens after meals and continues to rise during the day. When blood sugar levels reach elevated levels, type 2 diabetes occurs. What causes insulin resistance? A decrease in the number of bacteria in the gut microbiome, which is a region of the body that has a high concentration of certain bacteria, can lead to a decrease in overall health. This is most likely due to a diet high in fat, sugar, and sodium. The combination of these factors can alter the way cells respond to insulin. For instance, a high-fat diet and a high-sugar diet can raise blood levels of free fatty acids. The gut microbiome is known to play a crucial role in maintaining insulin resistance. It has been known that free fatty acids can prevent cells from responding to insulin levels. Since butyrate is a crucial component of the release of insulin, it can cause high blood sugar levels and develop insulin resistance. Many of the studies show that people with type 2 diabetes have an inferior gut microbiome. This includes certain species of bacteria that produce butyrate. The trillions of bacteria that live in our gut are responsible for the diversity of our bodies and their effect on our health. There is also strong evidence that the gut microbiome plays a role in insulin resistance. Real quick, if you want to know how to develop a superior gut, check out my ebook. It's called All About Fasting, the ultimate guide to intermittent fasting. What's more is that you can use the code AAF5 to get $5 off the ebook. Make sure to check the link in the description. So how can we reverse insulin resistance? Although diagnosing diabetes or insulin resistance is very important, it does not guarantee that you will develop type 2 diabetes. Having a low-carbohydrate diet and lifestyle changes can help you manage these conditions. Things like weight loss and improved nutrition can help control blood glucose levels. Insulin is produced by the pancreas. It is used to control blood sugar levels. When resistance occurs, the body's cells begin to resist the insulin signals. The insulin in these tissues is required to maintain their proper nourishment. They can only draw glucose from the bloodstream once they are nourished. When blood sugar levels are too high, the body can no longer utilize its tissues and muscles. If they are too low, the organs can no longer work properly. Type 2 diabetes occurs when the body cannot produce enough insulin to treat patients with prediabetes. A whole foods diet is a strategy to eat complex carbohydrates and avoid refined sugars and processed starches. Some good choices are vegetables, beans, and whole grains. Complex carbohydrates are harder to digest than simple ones, which means they take longer to break down and fully digest. They help keep blood glucose levels stable. Complex carbs can help you feel full and control your appetite. High fructose corn syrup is another bad offender. Instead of choosing refined carbohydrates, try replacing them with fruits and vegetables. Studies show that eating insoluble fiber helps reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Vegetables like green beans, Brussels sprouts, apples, pears, and plums can help decode the situation, so make sure to include these vegetables in your everyday diet. To maintain a healthy lifestyle and reverse diabetes, it is important to increase your level of activity and fitness. Follow a schedule that includes at least 3 days of moderate exercise per week. This schedule of exercise is ideal for people with limited time or inclination. Insulin resistance is a type of metabolic syndrome that is linked to a higher risk of heart disease. It can be prevented through regular exercise. If you had to pick one vegetable to eat for the rest of your life, which vegetable would it be? Comment down below and let's talk in the comments. So, how can the gut microbiome reverse insulin resistance? The microbiome, a complex ecosystem of bacteria, viruses, and fungi in our bodies, may play a major role in reversing the effects of insulin resistance. The gut microbiome is a dynamic community that changes due to lifestyle changes and diet. Certain species of bacteria can thrive while others die. The type of bacteria that lives in your gut can play a huge role in reversing insulin resistance. Many studies have shown that people with insulin resistance tend to have missing species of bacteria in their gut. People with insulin resistance may also benefit from the presence of certain bacteria in their gut. These species of bacteria can help prevent the development of a leaky gut. The term leaky gut refers to situations where the gut barrier is not as strong as it should be to prevent molecules from entering the body. This can lead to higher levels of inflammation. The loss of butyrate-producing bacteria can affect the digestion of food. Butyrate is a naturally occurring substance in the gut that helps maintain the barrier function of the body. It can also promote the release of hormones that can increase insulin sensitivity. Several studies suggest that restoring the bacteria in a person's gut can help reverse insulin resistance. But how long does it take to reverse insulin resistance? In some cases, the quick recovery of insulin resistance can be very helpful. Gastric surgery can help improve insulin sensitivity in just a few days. Although reversing insulin resistance is a loose term, it often refers to the reduction of insulin sensitivity. This can be achieved through diet and exercise. If you are looking to improve your insulin resistance, it is important to keep in mind that it can take a long time to be reversed. One of the biggest obstacles to reversing insulin resistance is maintaining good habits. Studies suggest that this process can be difficult to maintain. Your healthcare professional can help you develop a plan that will allow you to maintain a low insulin level. If you want to learn more, watch the video on your right.